All right, welcome back to the Simtech Golf Lab. Got some updates for you. I just came back from the Waste Management Open. Fabulous time. A buddy of mine, John Echeverry, which we call King John because he is king of the Carrollton crew, which is some of the memorabilia you'll see that I have hung up in here. But he invited me up there for two weeks, and I stayed and had a great time. I can't even begin to tell you. I'd have to do a whole nother show on just what all we did and the fun we had at the tournament itself, which was one of the wildest things I've ever seen. But great time. Thank you again, King John. And let's get into what we did. As you can see now, the motor for the garage door is gone. And so are the rails that were on the side. And earlier episodes, you'll remember what that looked like. So those are gone. I decided instead of putting it on the side, which was going to run me about, by the time I moved the electricity and got a side door motor, it was going to run me about $1,500 to $1,800. And I just decided that this is going to be a permanent situation for me. I have a separate garage over here to use to put my car in or whatever. So I'm putting carpet down. So this is a permanent setup for me. So I'm not really interested in raising that door or closing that door. So what we did is we took the entire motor off. We took the side rails for the door that comes up off. We attached a little S bracket, and I don't know if you can see it, but I'll show you in a minute, to the top of the door itself, just to hold that top of the door real secure so that we wouldn't have any, light or wind coming through there. So that door it's still, as you can tell with the spring on top, it still keeps it very tight. And with that S bracket that I put at the top, that holds it in even tighter, even though the motor and the housing is gone. So this is gonna work, and it's gonna work really well, I believe. I've capped the wires off, and I've ran them around this thing. I still need the electricity up here because obviously my projector is gonna go up here somewhere. So that's why the wires are still there, and that's why there's a plug up there, and that's what we're gonna use that for on another episode. Once I get that going, I'll do that. But I did want you to see how it looked. Also, something that you haven't totally seen is I've added these curtains. So now this garage, as you will see, is totally blacked out with the curtains. And I'll show you what I'm talking about. You can see it's totally a blacked out curtain. Right to where those are the monitors that I told you I was gonna set up. That's gonna give me all my data, all my club data, and give you the views for the people that are sitting in here watching while we play the simulator. But as you can see, that section has got a curtain, then the wall with the TVs, and then if you go on over here, there's another set of curtains. So now, as this thing sits, we have two blackout curtains one on each side of this little wall, which holds the TV monitors. And you see the TV monitors here. But we've got a curtain on this side and a curtain on this side, and then we got the TV monitors here and the sitting area back over here. So these curtains have worked, tremendously. They're heavy, but they feel really good, and they're smooth to the touch, but they also black everything out. So that it keeps this garage bay here separate from that garage bay. It's like a totally different room. And that is exactly the look I was looking for. So I'll link these curtains, and they came in all kind of sizes. I got these 10 feet tall and like 8 feet wide. So, and I bought two sets because I figured out this goes, so one set is 10 feet tall by 5, and then the other set is 10 feet tall by 8. And they come, and I put them on, and they come together so you can kind of open them and close them really easy. You don't have to slide them all the way back and just go through the middle. I did the same thing on this opening over here. I bought 2 sets of curtains. So there's basically 4 sets of curtains, 2 on one side, 2 on the other side, that totally block the light out, totally separate this room from anything else going on. So that's how that worked. I'm very excited about it. Super excited about my monitors, how I mounted those up and got those on the wall. So we're well on our way. I've got some products that have come in. I'm gonna start reviewing those and tell you why I picked what I picked. And then the next thing I'm gonna do is you'll see this black carpet is going to get laid down here pretty soon, and then I'm going to build the enclosure. And I'll be discussing which enclosure and why I chose that one in another episode. But I did want you to see the garage motor's down, and I wanted you to see exactly what we did. And so, like I said, we took this motor, we took the rails down, and then I put a little S bracket. It's right here. I know you can't really see it, but it's just a basic S bracket to make sure that the top is held firm into place. It's already, the tension's got it already held down and tight. But I did, when I took that other piece off, I wanted to make sure that top, that there was no air leakage, light leakage, or anything else. Now, this may not work for everybody. Some people may want to use their garage, and if you are one of those people, then get a side motor. But for me, this garage is permanent. What I'm doing, I'm planning on it being permanent. If I have to, one day move, which I'm not going to because I'm getting up there in age and this is where I want to be. But if I did, I could still put it back on and it would operate perfectly. But so for me, this is a permanent solution, and I'm not really worried about being able to open and close this, because this is going to be my golf room, and somebody else can worry about that after I'm long gone. So again, thank you for tuning in to the SimTech Golf Lab. I will ask you to please subscribe. Please like it. Let me get in the universe here, the YouTube universe, as I get this up and running. And the next thing you'll probably see will be the enclosure. And I'll be able to do a little review on that, and you'll see it all put in place. But until then, thanks for tuning in, and hit them straight.